times I have seen you in early intervention center, you always have the counseling session and you always come out of the room saying, so difficult. So it is really very difficult because in special education, if you ask me, I can teach, I can sing for the students, but if you ask me to counsel the parents, that is the most difficult part. Tell me about your experiences. I mean, you need not to be specific, but in general, what sort of problems and what sort of means how much effort you require to make the parents understand that the disability is there and they have to work out for the children.
See, first thing is, people. I was also when I started this. Before doing I'm also a special educator. I'm a professional. You may know.
Yeah.
But that I started very late.
She's my teacher.
But the thing is, I started before that. Before doing the course, you don't have to do any course to do counseling in this field. As a mother, you know, I started as a mother to counsel another parent.
Okay.
But that was more easier because you just will say, I did all this. My son was, this result I saw in my son's development. So easily it was happening. But once I finished my, studies, then I became a professional by doing my MSc Psychology and also my diploma and PG diploma in special education. So after that, when I started professionally, it was not difficult. But the thing is, a parent when they come, as I told you, we all have our mind and our thoughts.
Yeah.
These two have little different. That is in Tamil. If you see Arivu Manasu, okay, your Arivu knows that my child is having some difficulty. The mother and the father and the grandfather, whoever it is. But the Manasu says no, my child will not have. I am just thinking, everybody in this house, they did it late, so my child will do it. And he is walking, now he will do this. So like that, they do. That is the first thing. Second thing, when they go to the doctor, even after, finding it, little bit that they want to, again that, because your brain again says, okay, you go to the doctor and see. Because you know that brain
some pressure
says
will
some
be there
pressure
from
will be
society.
there. Yeah, society. Then the time when they go, the doctor, first and all, when the doctor, I heard the doctor saying this, to me also some doctors said. So I was so angry. See, why did they say like this? What they will say is, Illama, your child is, no, don't worry, your child is not like what you are saying, he doesn't have any difficulty. Go and see outside. In my clinic, there are so many children with, disability. Your child doesn't have that. So don't worry, what he will not do, he might not drive a car. So my husband and me thought, okay, let me not drive a car, because that time and all, not car was very, rare to see. So let him drive a scooter or cycle, it's okay. That is how you think. So, and also not an engineer, okay, maybe a BA. That was enough. So we were thinking like that and we came home. So they take the mind, always it catches what it wants. So when doctor says this, they take it very, very, seriously into their mind. They think, okay, my son doesn't have anything or my daughter doesn't have anything. That is what is strongly gone into them. After that, they come to this, due to the pressure, they come to the training center and where we are sitting and saying, no, your child has got difficulty. Their mind, even though the brain knows, I have come to the center because there is some difficulty, but still doctor has told this. And my mind is also telling my son or daughter is not having anything. Why should I listen to this lady who is just telling? But only one thing it was little helpful is, I was a parent. So I used to tell this moment I start always in my room, I will tell, okay, hello, where are you coming from? And how old are you? Are your husband and your mother-in-law is here with you or mother is with you? Who are all there? Because the whole family comes, mostly. So because it's the first day, so all of them will be sitting and then I just ask them all that and then I will say, okay, I'm so and so, and I have two sons, and my second child is a special child, and he's 17-year-old or 16-year-old, and he have all this difficulty. So when I start that, they all get a shock. First thing, okay, then they're little bit relaxed, because I told the human mind is okay. I am not the one. Okay, who's sitting like this professional when I coming to help to her who's having already a difficulty. So okay, let me hear that. So I will tell. What I will tell is, see, when I started, there was no thing at all. We didn't have car, we didn't have scooter. I didn't know to ride scooter because it was so early. So I started like that. Used to come in the bus with my son and gave training here in the same center. So then they become very relaxed. So that is the first thing I tell everybody, and then I start my. That is how I start. So easy that parent will start coming out. They say, the குழந்தை இதெல்லாம் தான் பண்ணல, little bit of what the child is they see, won't accept, they won't accept, they fully they won't still do. They will say, I think, இல்லை இதெல்லாம் வந்துட்டு ஸ்கூலுக்கு போயிடுவானா. The moment all this question, little bit of 1 or 2, all the 90 will be there. Okay, 10 the child will do, 90 the child won't do, but they will say the 10 big and 90 they will not talk about, or if from 90 they will pick up 1 or 2 and they will tell us, and they will say, oh, இதெல்லாம் பண்ணிட்டா he will go to school. That is the this is after talking to them for 1 hour or 1.5 hours. When they are just I'm going to get up and see some other work, they will say, school poidvaanga. So sometimes it's really then I also think, why this doctor's part I forgot. This doctor, why they're saying like that? Once when I went to the doctor, I asked this question, why are you telling like this, doctor? Then they say, one doctor told me, neurologist, he was a very famous neurologist in Chennai. He said, no ma, you don't understand, when people are young, they've just got married 1 or 2 years, they have not understood what is life and what is their husband, and husband has not understood the wife. At that time they get the child with a disability. Once if I tell this is going to be the child with the special needs, and it is going to be a condition and lifelong they are going to have a little bit of difficulty, then both the parents might, by the time they go home itself, they will not be together. 90% of them, they fight. There itself they start the fight. It is because of your family, their family.
The blame game will start.
Blame game will start. They will separate. So we don't want to do that. So we just tell them this, and just pacify them. That will give them some satisfaction. We send them to training centers. They see the people there, around there. Once you start the training and they see the result, then by the time it will all take, to another year, their mind will calm down. When the mind is calm, they will accept the reality. And then this, shock from once they have come out of the shock, this fight and all blaming game is very rare to happen. Still might happen, but it's very rare. That is how.
The counseling, I want to ask, the counseling is for one time, or it will be means we need counseling time to time till the child is in early development center or in Maithree as such?
It's a very good question. Counseling, first thing is, counseling is not a one-time happening. I told you, even as a parent, of my experience, the counseling is given by somebody, and then you are also interacting with the other parents who's like you, and then you become friend. You choose one from that crowd as your friend, and then you share your difficulty, and then all that is also comes under counseling. Then the next thing what happens is, wherever centers if you're going, or to a school if you're going, they'll be having some functions, or there'll be some the arrangements that they're giving. In Maithree we give a lot of doctors sometimes coming and talking as a parent meeting. In the parent meeting, they come and talk, and then even the EC members who is experienced or who old enough to counsel the thing that happens. All that helps. See, and even without the Maithree or any other parent also, it is needed in between also, because the child, when they develop only, you will know that how the difficulty is overcome. Not as I told you, it is not a curable thing. So the difficulty is one by one is overcome as you climb a step. So you cannot close your eyes when okay, 5 steps I've gone, I'll close my eye and can you get into the thing top? No, you have to still see the steps and still keep, or somebody, if you're having difficulty, whatever aspects, like in old age, see in young age, I used to remember in Counterman's joke, I will tell you to be a lighter side, he will say in one movie, he will say, see, one child is small, if I going to beat the oh, small child, why are you beating? Then when he was a little bit, like 14, 15, hey, he's a teenager, how can you, or teenage girl, how can you, beat a teenage girl? Then when you are married, how can you beat a wife, marry new wife? Then if you later you say, already all the years have gone, now she's pregnant, now you're going to see like this, it goes, no, like that. The counseling goes, because when the child grows, you will know whether child is doing well in academic or whether what field is good. If you take like autism children, they are very good in studies, academics, or they'll pick up, have a special, any other math, some talents. They'll pick up music or math or something or the other. They might have, they might be identified. Everybody has, but they might be identified at the right time, and it will be. But still, they'll be having difficulty in socialization and language areas. So where you have to still have the training. So that part of counseling has to be given to a parent who has autism child. If you see a child with cerebral palsy, the child will have intellectual disability very less, but the child will be a normal, typically developing child with more physical disability. But that training has to be different. So all these has to be given, time to time. The parent has to be given counseling. How they have to proceed with the child's future, so that the child can be independent in their adult years.